All right, let's go to our Wayne County Treasurer um, segment. And this will be Beverly Kindle-Walker. Unmute yourself, and Eric Sabree. So we will begin with opening statements, 2 minutes. We will start with Beverly.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
11 Congressional District. Thank you all for having this opportunity for our candidates to be exposed to the western side of the county. And again, my name is Beverly Kindle-Walker, and I am a legislative assistant to the hardest working Wayne County Commissioner that we have, Commissioner Tim Killeen, on the Far East Side. And so I have been with him since 2007. I do public policy analyst. In particular, we deal with budget issues and the property taxes and all of those sorts of manners. I have run for the Wayne County Treasurer's Office for a number of years and quite familiar with the nuances of the office and very concerned about the overwhelming property tax delinquencies, foreclosures that have transpired in the last several years. And I would like to have a complete turnaround in that area. The power is there, already vested by the General Property Tax Code, which governs the Treasurer's Office. We just need to be more creative in how we implement and manage.
Thank you so much, Beverly. Eric, 2 minutes, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, 11th District, and all those attending this evening's meeting. Thank you for the opportunity to participate. I'm Eric Sabree, and honored to have served you as your Wayne County Treasurer since April of 2016. Over the past 4 years, property tax foreclosures have been reduced by 86%. While building strong relationships with all 43 communities in Wayne County and nonprofit partners. This year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I suspended all foreclosures for 2020, and the Third Circuit Court agreed to extend the redemption period to March 31st, 2021. We reopened to the public last Wednesday by appointment only, and it's working out very well. You can go online to our homepage, and we're using the same software as the Secretary of State opened up, and we're getting over 240 people a day just by appointments, no congestion. It's working out very well. The taxpayers have more options to pay. So in the last 4 years, we established 70 locations where people can pay by kiosk, 110,000 transactions in 2019. You can pay online, pay by mail, by mobile app. Also, we've increased the community outreach. Payment plans are available to anyone. 6% interest for homeowners. And we lobbied to have this extended for 7 more years. For the first time in history, last year, we worked with the bankruptcy court. So anyone that's in bankruptcy that has back taxes can take advantage of the 6% payment plan. Before that, they were not allowed to do that. So we are making changes to improve customer service. And that's what our main mission is to increase customer service and to make it more convenient for the taxpayers.
Thank you so much, Eric. And with that, we will begin switching with questions. And the first question will go to Eric. What are your plans to aid in dealing with the tax shortfalls in Wayne County due to the COVID and the economic crisis that we're facing?
Well, first of all, since we extended the deadline for redemption to 2021 for 2017 taxes, the priority is to find extra funding and to do outreach, additional outreach, so that taxpayers know there are programs available. We have existing programs, but we also need to get more funding for the Step Forward program, which is about to run out of funds right now. And also private funding. I've had in the past secured private funding. Last year, we secured $300,000 from one of our major banks to help 345 people get out of foreclosure. And in 2017, about 70,000. So I'm looking at private and government funding to help us with the shortfall. We know that people are struggling right now. So we want to replenish that Step Forward Fund. And we also want to encourage people to talk to us, get involved with our office so they can get into a payment plan and not wait until the last minute. We feel that outreach is critical as always, but funding, we need real money. And we're actually lobbying to get the CARES Act funds to assist taxpayers right now who are facing foreclosure.
Thank you. Thank you. Beverly, what are your plans to aid in dealing with the tax shortfalls we will face due to the crisis?
Well, I would want to make sure that federal funds that are directed to the Wayne County, such as the CARES program, are really spent toward helping persons to remain in their homes with their property taxes. Unlike the hardest hit funds, which money was diverted to other areas. So I'll be very concerned in making sure that Wayne County ensures that we receive the full amount of money that has been designated from Washington coming into the county to help with property taxes. So that would be certain. The other thing I would be doing would be trying to minimize the amount of money that we spend on media advertisement because we're not really reaching our target audience of persons who we know are in danger of losing their property. So we should have more direct contact with them as opposed to all of these billboards and public service announcements that are not really reaching those persons who need to hear the message. So we spend millions in media advertisement that's unnecessary.
Okay, thank you. Beverly, next question. If elected, what is the greatest priority you look forward to working on in January 2021?
Trying to find solution to the overassessments that's been handled in the city of Detroit, which is Wayne County seat. The city of Detroit is very important to make sure people are made whole in terms of the overassessments that have been made in the last several years. And so while the county treasurer is not directly responsible for assessments, that comes out of the municipalities, but it is an extreme problem where we have $600 million of over tax assessments being made, and the county is in a way profiting off of that. So we want to make sure we stop that. We need to come up with a solution, an intergovernmental solution amongst all municipalities, because Detroit is not the only one that's been overassessed. But we need to come to a decision, a conclusion on how to address that. So that would be my number one thing to do.
Thank you, Beverly. Eric, what is your greatest priority for January 21?
My priority for January 2021 is to secure the funding, more funding to help taxpayers who are in danger of foreclosure. That would be number one priority. And after that would be the increasing our use of technology to make it more convenient for taxpayers to access our services.
Thank you. Excellent. Okay, I have a question here. I'm going to, let me go to this one. Next question is for Eric. How will you help Wayne County residents who fall into foreclosure due to economic collapse? I think you've mentioned this a little bit already, but please discuss that.
Well, using the state law that we have that allows us to help individuals who are in trouble financially. We have many payment plans that we operate right now. And we lobbied with the Lansing to get the interest rate extended to 6% for owner-occupied properties, and also working with businesses, letting them, we don't want businesses to foreclose either, because when they close, employees lose their jobs. So I think the priority, helping them access the existing programs we have, letting them know what's available. And also we have a financial empowerment center that we created. We work with Wayne Metro to give free counseling to homeowners so that they can get other wraparound services and maybe get a grant for DTE into water, improve their credit score. So with the financial empowerment center and free counseling that we have, this is just an asset to our office to do a total wraparound service for the taxpayer.
Thank you, Eric. Beverly, how would you help the Wayne County residents who fall into foreclosure due to their economic collapse?
We have the information as to the persons who are in danger of going into foreclosure. I would propose more personal, direct contact because we need to reestablish the trust between the taxpayer and the Wayne County Treasurer's Office. And so I would not have any gimmicks. I would want to go directly to the taxpayers to understand what is going on at their door so that we can help them and direct them. So I'm not in favor of another layers of government. I believe that the county treasurer should establish a relationship where we could provide assistance, direct contact to the taxpayers, as opposed to going around the bases with these convoluted gimmicks.
Thank you, Beverly. And the next question will go to Beverly. How does private funding help with tax shortfalls? Is it through a grant to delinquent homeowners or a direct contribution to the county? Are you familiar with that?
Well, these are programs that has been established recently under the current treasurer. So you would have to ask him that question. But again, I say I would prefer a more direct contact with citizens to understand their issues. The treasurer does have the right to withhold any property at any time from the foreclosure process and even to the point of the auctions. So the treasurer has a great deal of power to assist our taxpayers, but have not happened so far. So I would like to see that happen more as opposed to trying to get someone else to pay the taxes when the federal government sent money to us via the hardest hit funds and the current CARES program. So there's enough money out here. We just need to be creative and apply it to the right people and not spend money in unnecessary areas that's not helping people.
Eric, can you explain the private funding to help with tax shortfalls, a grant to delinquent homeowners, or contributions to the county?
Sure. The contributions, what we did is we asked those who wanted to contribute, our private contributors, to fund the nonprofit partner that we work with, so that the money wouldn't be going to the county treasurer. It would go to the nonprofit, who then would also vet some of the taxpayers. By our office, and they would get together and say, we have a number of taxpayers who are about to get foreclosed. For instance, they would owe maybe $1,500 and they would need $1,500 to get out of foreclosure. Well, the best way we found it works is when there's a matching program. The money goes directly to the homeowner. If the homeowner comes up with a certain amount of dollars, then the match would then come in and they would get out of foreclosure. That we found that to be the best. And also we require counseling to those individuals. That they go to counseling because they may be able to access some other programs that are available through what Wayne Metro deals with and some of the other things that are going on in Wayne County, such as water grants, DTE grants, and maybe even getting repairs, some home repairs done on their properties.
Thank you, Eric. This question will go to Eric, and it came from here in our chat. What will you do to financially repair or provide recompense to homeowners who lost their home due to the hyperinflated property tax assessments? As it's been said, those are often in the local communities that are hyperinflating the property tax assessments.
The answer to that question, what will I do to do it? I won't do anything to do anything about someone that lost their property due to overassessments. I can't do anything about it. And it's a city function, and I don't have an answer to what I would do about it.
Thank you. Beverly.
Well, I certainly would be advocating for redress. The Wayne County has the Wayne County properties in the land bank, as well as other cities have first right of refusal. So we can re-examine some of those exchanges to make sure people are made whole from the unfortunate instances of being over-assessed for their properties. This is a problem that has to be dealt with relatively soon, because as the treasurer said, it is not under the control of the treasurer, but it certainly is in his influence, in our circle of influence, to let people know, our elected officials, state reps, the governor, we need to come to a solution for this problem here about overassessments.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And with that, for transparency's sake, who makes up most of your donor base? And let me see, who is first? Beverly, you are first.
100% citizens, 100% friends, relatives, church members. But I'm
Thank
not
you.
adverse to, you know,
Please.
okay, so yeah, I'm not adverse to, unions and pacts of that sort. But big business, corporations, banks, mortgages, no, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Beverly. Eric.
My donor base is, I have labor, I have business owners, friends, and family members. And just people who I've known over the, I wouldn't consider them friends, but people who've known me over the last 40 years I've been working in public service work.
Thank you. Excellent. And with that, we will go to, if I don't see any new questions, there's a couple more questions still about the overpayment, but we have asked those. I will go to our closing statement, and that will be in reverse alphabetical order, and that will be Eric first.
Okay, thank you.
1 minute.
Okay, good leadership makes a difference. The Wayne County Treasurer's Office is governed by state law. The Wayne County Treasurer's Office has to operate within a limited budget. We look out for our veterans, our first responders. They can enter into a payment plan with no money down. With increased staff training, improved accounting services, and technology, the Wayne County Treasurer's Office has made meaningful change. I have improved all areas of the Wayne County Treasurer's Office since taking office. Our switch from paper checks to electronic transfers for all our communities. One example in accounting, we send out 140,000 text messages to all of our taxpayers who are on payment plans, letting them know how much they owe and when it's due. In addition to the private funding that we secured, we're working hard to secure additional federal funding. We supported furloughed and striking workers. 2019, the federal workers were furloughed and the UAW striking workers. We made them a special priority so that they would not lose their properties and worry about foreclosure because they were out of work. And we're doing the same thing now because of COVID-19. We've improved outreach, customer service, and our very talented and dedicated staff understands that we have to put ourselves in the position of the taxpayer. And that's why I'm asking for your support to continue working for you and serving the residents of Wayne County as your treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eric. Beverly, 1 minute, please. Closing statement.
Again, I'm Beverly Kindle-Walker, Democratic precinct delegate for 30-some plus years. Having watched the county treasurer's office for years under Raymond J. Votovich, had a great relationship with him. He also took some of my considerations under advisement and implemented changes as I was complaining about being user-friendly. Today, we have a situation where our taxes, we're not for sure. We'll have a trust in what's happening in the treasurer's office based on previous experiences with the current treasurer. It saddens to look around the city in this county to see what has happened because of property tax delinquency. But that's not the only thing about Wayne County Treasurer that should be important. We should make sure we're collecting taxes on businesses, personal and real property. We should make sure our millages are handled as according to the way the voters voted for them. School millages, library. We have 3 different millages currently on the ballot. We want to make sure that as the voters voted for them, the treasurer ensures that that money goes directly to where it was voted on. So there's other areas that the treasurer is responsible for. But if you would think about it, you would think that we're only interested in delinquent property taxes and auction. That is not it. That's just a fraction of what is important in the treasurer's office. So I'll ask you to search, Google, and investigate for yourself the total complexity of the Wayne County Treasurer's Office, and then vote on the track record. It's restore trust in Wayne County. Vote for Beverly Kindle-Walker on August the 4th. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Again, thank you to Beverly Kindle-Walker and to our treasurer, Eric Sabree, for answering our questions. Wayne County citizens, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.